Hello, this is Big Jake reporting live with a story about a Mohawk kid that was always mischievous. Yes, so sit back and enjoy. This story is called The Little Crazy Mohawk. Once there was a boy that had a mohawk that stretched out like that far, that went like that far and was that tall. But he was always so mischievous. He's like 10 years old, and he's like both Western and African American. And so, when he was 5 years old, he was always good, always listening and everything. When he turned 10, things changed. He was always running around causing trouble, just being crazy, just being wild. And so, here's a story how things turned around. One time there was a wedding going on with one of his aunts. And he was just running around, just being crazy and everything. His mother kept telling him, stop it, stop it, stop it. And everyone kept telling him stop him, but he kept refusing and just didn't want to listen. And every chance he got, he snuck the gifts under the table and opened them all. Seeing what everything is. And he kept on sampling the food. Like taking one piece of food off every tray, a piece of chicken, getting everything. And so he just kept on just acting up. And so he just goes, all right, little man. And so he just until finally it was time for the wedding, and he decided to go, and he was all just being loud, interrupting the man as he was trying, as everyone was talking, and just interrupting the man as everyone was the man who was trying to wed his auntie and everything. The man just got really annoyed. Right. And the mom was yelling at him, be quiet. But he just refused and just didn't listen. Called his mother a dummy. So his mom sent him inside. And as no one was looking, he snuck a piece of frosting off the wedding cake. And so he goes under the thing. He goes onto the thing where the wedding cake's sitting, and just goes off. And as the man pushes it out, as the caterer pushes it outside, right, all of a sudden he jumps out and yells, "Bah!" And everyone just jumps up, and everything just crashed. The wedding and everything just crashed. The wedding cake the wedding cake fell into the pool, and the wedding cake fell into the swimming pool. Pool. Everyone got food all over them. Everything just went into a very big mess. And the Mohawk boy got grounded for 1 month. And he kept arguing back with his mother, calling her mother a dummy and everything.
Can you see where the little boy is? He's not out here, is he?
No. Calling her mother a dummy and everything. And told his mother he never wanted to speak to her or see any of his family again. And so one time the family decided to go on vacation, but the Mohawk boy got left behind. But as you know, he let himself be left behind on purpose so he could have the whole house to himself, because he just wanted to have fun. And so he just started to have fun, just be crazy. See, use the bathroom in places where you're not allowed to use the bathroom at, and everything. Just be wild. Until he was having fun and everything, until all of a sudden he was starting to feel lonely. It's not the same without his family. He wished he never would have acted up. And so he gets to thinking to himself, I don't know why I was acting up. I just want to have fun, that's all. But I did go a little too far at that wedding. For one, maybe I shouldn't have did that when I never should have jumped out trying to surprise everyone. But however, he thought about it. Meanwhile, in the vacation spot, the mother notices. The mother and the rest of the family notices that Travis, that's the boy's name, was not there. So she started panicking, trying to call home, but the line was dead. Because there were some criminals that were going to try to sneak into the house so they could steal everything. But Travis finds ways to keep them out. And so Travis kept keeping them out and everything. Kept protecting the house. And so finally he decided to go talk to that scary old man who wasn't really scary. He goes to his house and speaks to him, and the old man makes him feel better, tells him to apologize to his family, And I'm sure they'll apologize to you. Because his family hadn't been treating him right lately. His brothers have been, his brothers didn't want to play with him, have fun with him. Neither did his sister, and his baby sister didn't understand. And the mom was ignoring him the whole time. And so were the rest of the family. But the old man said, apologize to them, and I'm sure they'll apologize to you. After all that, he heads home. So Travis finds out that the bad guys were gonna hit his house at 10 o'clock. So Travis sets traps to catch the bad guys. And so, finally the bad guys come trying to get into the house. They split up. One bad guy decides to go into the through the front door, but then Travis had set a trap right there where the bad guy was slipping into marbles. The bad guy was slipping on marbles, and all of a sudden, he fell right through a trap door and landed on a pipe and fell on a pipe on his biscuits. And the other guy that was trying to go around the back, he was trying to get in through the door, but unknown to him, Travis put some sort of thing on the door that made it super, super hot. As he tried to open it, the bad guy's hand got caught on fire. He puts it in the water. So he throws it in the water and cools it off. And as he got out of the water, it was a big bee on it. And so, Travis goes around the other side and sees the other bad guy trying to get in. But then, unknown to him, Travis had put like needles on the ground that stand up. And so, the bad guy tries to get in.
Beautiful.
But accidentally, he gets too many needles in his foot. Ow. What? Oh. And all of a sudden, and he falls, but then as he was still trying to get to the door, he slips on marbles that was on the other side, and then poop, he got a bunch of needles in his butt. The bad guy in the front gets up and gets right through the trap door. Gets up through the trap door and tries to open and makes it to the front door. He tries to open the front door, but unknown to him, Travis had a harpoon. As the bad guy opened the door, the harpoon fired and hit him and went right through his pants into his butt. Yahoo! The bad guy jumped into the air and screamed, ow. And also, the bad guy on the other side was able to get in, and but Travis was ready for it. He had a trap. As the bad guy walked through the rope, a huge brick fell right down and just hit him right hard, right on the head. The bad guy falls forwards, knocked out. And also, then finally, the bad guy on the other side just gets all the needles out, and finally makes it through the door. But unknown to Travis again, and as he stepped through the door, or he didn't know that Travis had set broken glass on there. He jumps right through the door and lands right on the glass. Ow! And he was barefooted because the needles had taken off his shoes. Had forced him and took off his shoes. The bad guys kept falling into traps until kept falling into Travis's traps until finally Travis had no traps to use. Just when it looked like Travis was a goner, the whole family jumps right in and helps him out. Travis was safe, and the bad guys were caught. So, after all this, Travis apologized to his family. The family apologized back. And then they went back onto their vacation. To the beach. To the western resort. And they ate a lot. They ate at all you can eat buffets. They rode on rides. They went swimming and everything. And Travis and his family had never been closer. And that, my friends, is the story of the crazy little Mohawk. The end. Hit subscribe if you want to hear more stories and songs. This is Big Jake signing off. Peace out.